I'm Fredrik Leilani, and I'm the filmmaker.
And I'm Leilani Farha, and I'm the advocate.
And this is Pushback Talks, the word special. We are back this fall with words that make our life shine. We are word artists. No, we are not.
It.
But yeah, we're trying to. We're trying to.
Wordsmiths.
We're wordsmiths.
Fredrik, I have 2 words for you. Although sometimes people act like it's one word. Ceasefire.
Oh, fire. Fire can be nice. You are cold out in the woods. You put on a fire, and that can be cozy and nice. Sometimes if the fire gets too big, it can get scary. But then I guess there is another kind of fire. It's where you are actually shooting to destroy people and communities. And that needs to be stopped. And I guess that's cease. So yeah, we're hearing about the ceasefire for a long time in Palestine, in Gaza. And it seems like it hasn't ceased. It just keeps going, even if they try to tell a story that the war is over. And in some aspects, it's of course a little bit more over than it was just before. But the aggression is still ongoing. It's interesting because the ceasefire has been a claim both from Palestinians and from the world, and also from the Israeli opposition. And the big Israeli opposition have been asking for it because they want to get their loved one out, the hostages. But so now it's like in some way a big test also of the global and the Israeli opposition to say, okay, what does ceasefire mean? Is it just a continuation now of what's been ongoing forever in Palestine? Or is it a real ceasefire where we actually stop the aggressions and find a peaceful way of solving what we disagree on? It's complicated because the Israelis has taken so much and given so little. So it means that they have to give back, have to give back the settlements. We talked about that in one of our, it's a lot. And the walls and the checkpoints and this machinery of apartheid. Mm-hmm. It has to cease. Apartheid. That would be the real ceasefire.
Yeah.
And people say it's a very complicated conflict. I don't think it's very complicated. It's in some way, like most conflicts, it's very clear cut. But the language is so poisoned because there's a need to poison the language because the clarity of language suddenly becomes dangerous. That's why there's a tendency of labeling everybody who's criticizing Israel as anti-Semitic, which is like, I know so many people who are from Jewish families who are as critical or as outspoken as you are, or maybe I am. It has nothing to do about, the criticism of Israel has nothing to do with anti-Semitism. Of course, there is a lot of people out there, it's been in history, people hating Jews. That's like there's a lot of people hating Muslims right now. So, in that sense, the Jews and the Muslims should kind of join forces, I would say, because they have an experience in common. Sorry, it was a very long answer on your ceasefire.
Well, it's a big word these days. I think the Palestinians are saying, and their advocates are saying, the Palestinians cease and Israel fires. So I think there's some truth to that. I think the problematic is, of course, the why. Why is there a ceasefire? Why did Israel, agree, in quotes, I put agree, to any ceasefire? What's the foundation of it? And the foundation isn't what you were suggesting, the dismantling of occupation or apartheid system. It was basically to curry favor with President Trump to continue a relationship, some kind of relationship with President Trump. So it's not the right reasons for a ceasefire, it's certainly not from the Palestinian point of view. And I can't speak for why Hamas entered the ceasefire, except to think that they were finally having some pity for their people, maybe. The people who were on the front lines of this ongoing genocide. But when the reasons for a ceasefire are the wrong reasons, you don't end up with a real ceasefire. That's just clear. And it's continuing, and it's just now low-grade genocide instead of, high-grade genocide. Like, what can we say?
Yeah.
So, I mean, we don't have honest brokers. Like, we don't have people in power who are driven by human rights and humanity and international law. None of that is what's motivating anyone who's in a position of power around this ceasefire.
And you're now in Cape Town, and which was like under the British Crown for a long time, just like Palestine. So we should also remember that the responsibility of the former colonial powers is huge.
Absolutely.
And I mean, what I see from London is that they are actually now arresting senior citizens because they are in favor of a group called Palestine Action. I don't know so much about it, but it's actually totally absurd that this is happening now, even under a Labour government. I mean, what the F is happening in that country?
It's crazy. This morning I read a report, and it's been in the news, that NHS, the National Health System, doctors are being arrested for articulating anti-genocide positions and being labeled anti-Semitic as a result. England has gone crazy under Keir Starmer, who is propping up a genocidal regime. And he himself, an international human rights lawyer.
He's a colleague of yours.
Supposed colleague. Crazy.
Do you think that will keep going, or can you see any turn in that? Because it seems like it's the rest of the world is now very, very late getting it. That is like, this is too much, you know? So can you see the turn coming also in the UK?
I was just in London before coming to Cape Town, actually. And Keir Starmer's approval ratings are the lowest of any prime minister ever, I think. Unbelievable. I mean, given what a majority he was elected on, right? Huge majority. But it would have to, in order for Prime Minister Starmer to change his tune, I think he has to be unelected. I mean, I just think he's not going to change his tune. But he has a majority. So unless his party turns on him, how can he, and he calls an election, I think he just keeps going. I think he might be like a bit like Teflon. He doesn't care. I don't know. What do you think is motivating him, Fredrik? Like power? What is it? I don't know.
I don't get it at all. Because most politicians, they try to put themselves in a place where they can keep the power, so they are like positioning themselves where they think the audience is in some way, you know.
Yeah.
But here it seems like he's shifting away from where the public opinion is.
They had the largest rally protest in London 2 weekends ago. 600,000 people at least. Crazy.
So yes, let's go. Are you ready for a word from me?
Yes.
Oh, I have a lot of words. It will be
something we can do quick and snappy.
Quick and snappy. I will give you a French word.
Uh-oh.
Or else I think it also exists in English. Madeleine.
Oh. Well, to my knowledge of French and to my afternoon tea penchant, a Madeleine is a very beautiful, small, not pastry, it's like a little muffin almost, but it's just sort of oblong in shape, vanilla-looking, white-looking, and just sweet enough to make it feel like you're eating something sweet when you have your cup of tea. For me,
I think
that's a Madeleine.
Yeah. But it's also a French word that triggers a memory of feeling of nostalgia.
Oh, there we go.
So, do you have
Like that's a French word for that idea?
Yeah. Do you have any Madeleine feelings, my dear?
Well, I have a lot of Madeleine feelings of eating Madeleine.
Yeah, but...
Feelings of nostalgia. Oh, yes. Sometimes I find myself really wishing for that time in my life many years ago. It was maybe 20 years ago, I'd say, where I've been an advocate for a really long time, and I understood the inequalities of the world. But there was a time when I wasn't so acutely aware of how horrible the world can be in a variety of ways. And I date it to 20 years ago because that was when my sister was diagnosed with breast cancer. And I remember walking through a park across from my house and having this feeling of, oh, right, this can happen to my sister, my family, and we are all just mortals. And just that realization, so acute of like, right, life is temporary. And I kind of liked that life before then when I thought things would just go on forever and everything could be beautiful. And even with this, even with inequalities, I felt like there was so much possibility. And I remember that day feeling like things were a little less possible. And if I fast forward to October 7th and the last 2 years, where so much has been opened to me, even me who was so critical before October 7th, who understood so much of power dynamics in the world, a lot has been revealed to me in the last 2 years, and my own position in the world as an Arab and how I don't count for anything. I understand that now. That's been made clear by the Western world. I wish I didn't know all this. I wish I didn't know it. I have a nostalgia.
I have actually memory from when we filmed Push, because we're filming just across the street from the building where your sister lived, and you were really taken back emotionally. I mean, I love that with you. You have a very good access to your own feelings, which is, I think, a strength. You have an emotional strength that you can let things touch you, and also the Madeleine feelings, swiping by. And I think that's nice. You are.
I remember that
you're
very well.
A Madeleine person for me.
There we go. That's a nice way to end. Madeleine.
This is Pushback Talks, and we are doing kind of our word play, word salad. And we have this podcast together. We make it for fun. We want to tell inspirational stories. And we don't make any money out of this, so we try to kind of find time to do it. And how do we fund it? Because we still have a technical crew who is editing, and so we are not without cost. How do we fund our podcast, Leilani?
Well, we try to fund it using our Patreon account. If you go to patreon.com, you can support Pushback Talks, and people do.
Yeah.
And every little bit helps.
Thank you for every single person who is supporting us. It means a lot, because support is also some kind of love going away. And we are addicts of love. Thank you. See you very soon. Bye,
See you
Leilani.
next time, Fredrik. Bye.
Bye.
Pushback Talks is produced by WG Film. To support the podcast, become a patron by going to patreon.com/pushbacktalks. Follow us on social media at make_the_shift and push_the_film. Or check out our websites, maketheshift.org, pushthefilm.com, or breakingsocialfilm.com.